Okay, so wanna be quiet. Okay, guys. Today we're gonna be discussing what if Naruto was an otsutsuki. So Naruto's parents are gonna be otsutsuki gods this time, and they're like a myth. So everyone in the otsutsuki calls him Prince Naruto Otsutsuki. Yeah. So when Naruto was born, he doesn't have the nine tails, but he has pale white skin and horns. And he's born with all dojutsu. And then the Otsutsuki is actually not really surprised since this is the child of an Otsutsuki god, of two Otsutsuki gods. Yeah. So Naruto would be powerful. Like he would be like really OP, like 6 paths of Sage in Shippuden right when he's born. And 6 paths would be his biologically brother. And Kaguya would be his aunt. Yeah. Kaguya would be his aunt. So 6 paths of his cousin, basically. Yeah, so when they the Otsutsuki gods send Naruto down to the shinobi world, and then they see a pod crashing down, and then the third Hokage looks inside and they see Naruto. But he has no parents, so he's still alone and stuff. 2 years later, 5 years later, he's still alone and stuff. He goes to Ichiraku Ramen. Suddenly, he sees someone who looks like him. Pale white skin, long horns, and eyes are white. And he's like, "You're just like me." And then the guy says, "Oh." And then he bows in front of Naruto. And he says, "Hello, Prince Naruto. You will be coming with me." And then the Otsutsuki's are like, "Now." And then Naruto says, "I don't have to do what you say." And then Naruto tries to run, but the Otsutsuki teleports in front of him and then decks him, knocking him out. Next time Naruto wakes up, he's on the Otsutsuki guy's back in a different dimension. Yeah, in a different dimension. Yeah. And he's like, "What's going on, Prince Naruto? It's time you know your heritage." And then he says, "This is where we from." And then the guy starts training Naruto. Naruto comes back a year later to the village. He escapes. He knows how to use all of his dojutsu. He knows how to make chakra fruits and chakra weapons to grab people. Yeah. So now we're gonna start the bell test. So in the bell test, it's still the same. So Naruto he fails because of how much chakra he has. Like, he tried chakra control non-stop, but he just has too much chakra. Yeah, he has too much chakra. So Mizuki ends up tricking him. Yeah, and he still gets the scroll, but because he has all dojutsu, he activates his Sharingan, and he's able to learn flying, and he has the Rinnegan, so that grants all 5 chakra natures. So he has the fire. He learns fireball. No, he learns great fireball jutsu. He learns water style raging waves. He learns how to fly. He learns flying thunder god, flying Rajan. He learns what else? Wind style wind bullets, wind style vacuum bullets, water style water bullets, water style water dragon, fire style fire dragon. Yeah, he learns all of those jutsus. And ice style ice mirrors, the one that Haku uses, and then mud style and wood style. Wood spike. It stabs through your heart. Yeah. So when the exams begin, the Genin exams, is still Naruto, Sasuke, but instead of Sakura, I'ma say Hinata. Sakura is on Lee's team instead of Tenten. Yeah. Then after they get assigned with their Jonin, Naruto doesn't pull the prank because he's like, Naruto doesn't know this, but he's royalty. So he's history because he was born from an Otsutsuki god. Imagine how much chakra an Otsutsuki god. A regular Otsutsuki has like so much chakra. So imagine a god Otsutsuki, yeah, and two of them as well. So when the bell test starts, but Naruto does put his hand on Kakashi. But little does Kakashi know he's placing a flying Rasen jutsu. And then when the bell test starts, Naruto teleports behind Kakashi using the flying Rasen jutsu, and then tries to deck Kakashi, but Kakashi uses a substitution jutsu. Kakashi's in the barracks. Kakashi throws three kunais. Naruto throws three kunais back, and then teleports behind Kakashi and says, "Boo!" And then Kakashi is actually scared by this, and Kakashi says he's messing around. And then Kakashi actually throws three kunais, but he cloaks them in wind, so Naruto doesn't see them. But Naruto says, there's something not going around right here. I can sense it. Naruto has great sensing abilities. So then he activates his Sharingan, and he sees three kunais cloaked in wind. And then he throws four back. Yeah, throws four back to block it. And Kakashi's like, what? Sharingan? That's impossible. And then Kakashi takes out his Sharingan, and Naruto says, but you don't look like an Uchiha, and you don't have black hair, so how can you have the Sharingan? And Kakashi's like, I should be asking you the same question. And then Naruto creates a chakra rod, and then aims it at Kakashi, but it ends up getting Kakashi. And Naruto doesn't take all Kakashi's chakra. He just takes like a fraction of it, like a quarter, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And then Naruto eats a chakra fruit, and he's like, how dare you defy God? And Kakashi's like, wow, so full of yourself. And then Naruto teleports behind Kakashi and backhands him. Kakashi falls into a tree, creating a crater. And Kakashi is like, kind of, oh, that strike was quite powerful. Guess it's time to get serious. Kakashi charges out with a Chidori. Naruto makes the hand size for Fire Style, Fireball, Jutsu. And then it flows at Kakashi. But Kakashi's speed with the Chidori is too fast. Kakashi dodges this, and then goes behind Naruto, drifts, and then tries to stab it through him. But he knew Naruto would dodge this. Naruto while using the flying Rasen Jutsu behind Kakashi, actually uses the flying Thunder God, and then gets on Kakashi, making a Rasengan, and then on Kakashi's head. And then Sasuke uses this chance to do a fireball jutsu. And while Kakashi is distracted with the fireball jutsu, he goes in a tree. But Hinata knows that he would do that since observing the fight with her Byakugan. Hinata starts to shout, 8 trigrams, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms. And then at this point, all Kakashi's chakra points is gone. Kakashi feels woozy. Naruto uses a water style raging waves, and then uses a water dragon to finish off Kakashi. Kakashi falls into a tree, creating a crater. Naruto takes the bells and gives them to Hinata and Sasuke, and he says, good work, teammates. And then Sasuke says, yeah, you too, white-headed bunny. And then Naruto says, what? dare call a god that? And then Sasuke's like, yeah, really sorry, yeah. And then Hinata's like, I'm gonna say she doesn't really have a big as a crush on Naruto because he has pale white skin and he has horns, but she has like still a crush on him. And then after the bell test, Kakashi wakes up and he's like, whoa, that team was powerful, especially the white pale skin dude. Somehow I feel like he wasn't really trying. I feel like if he was trying, I'd be dead. If people want him on a mission, I'm gonna have to go with him to supervise. And I'm gonna call him at least Jonin level. Top ranking Jonin level. If people say, he's just a regular Genin. Yeah. And then here comes the Tazuna and the Tazuna arc in the Land of Waves. And then so Naruto and Kakashi, Sasuke, and Hinata are walking by when suddenly Kakashi and Naruto see a puddle. They're like a puddle in broad daylight. That's weird. And it's been a drought for a long time now. And then Naruto activates his Sharingan, and Kakashi knows that Naruto is also aware of this. And Kakashi's like, what great sensing abilities. And then Kakashi also turns his Sharingan on, but under the headband. Yeah. And then Naruto sees a bunny and throws a kunai at it, and the bunny dodges, and the bunny transforms into Zabuza. Zabuza jumps on the tree, throwing his sword to land on it, and then he says, "Well, what great sensing abilities, huh?" Yeah, what great sensing abilities, huh? Yeah, and then Naruto says nothing. And then Naruto says, I don't have to speak to a mere mortal. And then I forgot what's his name again? Zabuza. Yeah, Zabuza says, you're one to be talking, Genin. And then Zabuza runs at Naruto full speed with his sword, trying to chop off Naruto's neck. But Naruto just dodges this, creating a wind of air, destroying another tree. And then Naruto tries to chop Zabuza, but Zabuza uses his sword to block, and then tries to cut Naruto's hand, but instead it ends up breaking the sword. And Zabuza like, what? What are you made of? Steel? And Zabuza's like, why do you have to break my sword? And then Zabuza uses the Water Dragon Jutsu way earlier than canon, because he's like, this isn't regular Genin. And then Naruto uses his Sharingan. I mean, he could just copy it, but he didn't want to, like, waste time. So he just takes out his Sharingan and then copies it and then does it faster than Zabuza. But then, yeah, and then they clash, and then it makes water around. And then Naruto uses Raging Waves. Then he makes like way more water. Like it's like a pool of water. And then yeah, it's like a pool of water. So now Naruto uses multiple Water Dragon Jutsu. This is a jutsu that Naruto created on his own. It takes up like a lot of chakra. Like if it was the 6th Path Sage altogether chakra, this would take up at least 0.1 of his chakra altogether. Yeah, this would take about forever, 0.1 chakra forever. But in this version, Naruto has at least 10,000 more chakra than the 6 paths. But he hasn't had his potential unlocked yet, so he only has like 5,000 of the 6 paths yet. Yeah. And then, yeah. So Naruto has lightning style, all of them, bruh. Yeah. He's overpowered. And then it hits with Zabuza, but Naruto goes behind him and places a flying Rasen and then stops Zabuza right there. Zabuza's woozy and shaking around, but Naruto says, "Water style, water vortex," and then it swallows up Zabuza and it hits him. Zabuza goes into a tree, creating a crater. And then Haku comes and he says, "Thank you for getting the job done for me. I was going after Zabuza for a long time. He contains hidden secrets." And then Naruto's like uses his Byakugan and he's like, "Why did you lie?" And then Haku's like, "How did he know I was lying?" And then Haku's like, "I wasn't lying. He's a rogue ninja." "Yeah, I know you weren't lying about that. You said that you was trying to take care of him a long time ago." But when Naruto drops his guard, Haku creates that leaf thing in the cannon and then teleports away with Zabuza. But before Haku can go, he places the flying Rasen jutsu on her. And that's gonna end part 1, guys. See you later. This will end of what if Naruto was an otsutsuki god. Bye, guys.